Hey peeps, Pinkolol16 here on another video of Starman3's to commentate over. We're up to Skype Randomness Skits 9, screen share problem. In all of the Skype randomnesses, this is literally the only one that actually relates to something that Skype actually did. This was way before Skype Conversation Battle ever became a thing, and this was the problem that that Starman3 especially, forgot about. This video didn't happen in one take. This video also wasn't scripted. Every other video before this was scripted, including 7, which we never got to. But every single video was scripted, in some way or another, by Captain or by Starman3. This video had no script. And we recorded this several times over with around the same lines. It was a script that we remembered in our heads, but it was not written down on the chat for people to properly read. Lines were changed because our memories aren't perfect, and eventually we ended up with what we have today. Now, what was the screen share problem specifically? The screen share problem was that if you screen shared for a long period of time, your microphone would start cutting you out, and it would start acting really stupid, and that's when, well, you'll hear it in the video, and that's when things happened. This was recorded really early April, shortly before my birthday, which is probably like a week before the middle of April, so that's keeping in mind. So yeah, let's just start the video. Funnily enough, it's exactly 7 minutes long.
Pick up the phone!
My God.
This is the first video of Starman3's where I ever properly showed my voice. Well, that actually had relation to an acted kind of thing. The first video I ever did was a Let's Play for Super Mario Bros. 3 that Starman3 picked up, I guess. Even though he really shouldn't just give up something like a Let's Play. If he's not doing it, don't pick it up super late. That kind of thing.
Pick up the phone,
Because the audience that would have been there originally would be gone now.
want this call and you cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl calls in with a custom tone and is ringing on your brand new phone, you get sprung. Better pick up, son, cause it just might be the one. Could be a duck named Sharon. Don't front, cause you know you ain't caring. Pick up the phone.
The problem that Starman3 had later in the year was that he confused and pretty much replaced Skype Conversation Battle for Skype Randomness Skits. And the reason why he didn't want to do Skype Randomness Skits was because he was lazy. I'm not even kidding. He didn't want to do any picture editing aside from what he did with Skype Randomness Skit 9. I think this video, as a video, came out at the very end, correct? He released it in May. Starman3, after he recorded this, completely forgot about it. He did not care about releasing Skype Randomness Skit 9. Once he'd recorded it, he said, I'm gonna release it eventually. But he never got round to it. It took the entire month. And he never did anything. Not even for my birthday. He promised he'd do something, but apparently he didn't do anything. He was just absent for the entirety of April. So how's this video even up, you ask? Well, the answer's going to be obvious in a second. I told him. This was the video that I forced him to get up. I nagged him to no end just to get this video up. Not because I was anxious. Not just because I was anxious, but because he'd forgotten. It was going to be a broken promise, and I didn't like that at all. So you can be thankful that you're even listening to this commentary, and you're listening to the whole thing, because I even properly managed to get this up in the first place. Because otherwise, Starman3 would have forgotten. And technically, he did with Skype Randomness Skit 10. He recorded 10 later in April, but he never released it, ever at all. Never, ever did he ever release it at all. And by the time he wanted to release it, he'd lost the audio files. Yeah. Look who gets dedicated, quotes, to release a video.
Hello, YouTube Rachel. How are you doing today?
So yeah, this literally took a month to get out because he just did not feel motivated at all. And what I was talking about with Skype Conversation Battle. Skype Conversation Battle was easy to record because it was just an audio track with a picture over it and boom, put that on YouTube. This, he had to edit it, and he did not like that at all. He really did not like his career on YouTube at all.
It's been a great afternoon. Yeah, we have made Skype Randomness Skits since the last year.
And you're gonna increase it by a month! It's only because of me you happen to get this video up in the first place.
I know, right? And hello everyone, and you just broke the fourth wall.
Yes, if you can't tell, Enzo was obsessed at that time with that.
Shut up, Tobu! Okay.
Remember I said that this was recorded about 3 or 4, 15 times before we got to this audio file.
Okay, so
I had said a whole bunch of different things before we get to whatever the hell we get to now. You can tell I was really tired by the time we went through this take.
So, Captain, I have a good plan for the next...
Also, Captain isn't really voicing in this because he's involved. He's playing a game in the background. So yeah, you can tell how long this scripting thing went for.
Sorry, so...
Captain really wasn't paying attention because by that time, nobody cared.
How about we could play Luigi Mansion in Dark Moon?
If you didn't pay attention last video, or if you didn't watch the last video, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon had released at the time of this video's recording. They were playing it a lot. They were playing the online specifically a lot. I think Thrill Tower, although it's Scare-Scraper in America. They played it non-stop. So of course, they would bring it up in the call. I didn't own the game yet. I had yet to obtain the game. It was, again, this was recorded about a week before my birthday, which is April 16th. Which, on my birthday was when I would receive the game. Technically, the money to receive the game. I was 15.
Alright.
Yeah. So I had no experience in it at all. Sure. Hi, Captain, even though you're not talking in your own thing. Again, he was playing a game.
Before we do that, I want to show you something in screen share form.
Oh no, if I would do that if I were you.
Question marks! And he still forgot what my color code was.
Alright, because I want to tell you something, because if you switch here, you will cause a car trouble, and the...
Alright, that's what happened. After you screen share for a long time, the call would just break. That's what happened. That's why we weren't screen sharing at that time.
Connection losing, yeah, it's happening in real time, viewer. Trust me.
I don't really.
Remember, this was scripted on the spot. We were saying these lines as we were doing this. There was no predetermined script below us in the chat. There was nothing.
Believe you. I'm gonna go click the screen share button.
Don't do dare.
3, 2.
Yeah, it seems that way, but it's not. I can tell you it's not. I was there. I was in that call.
1.
And apparently you have to go through Starman3 to get through the screen share button. Even though it's on your side of the call all the time.
I just finished rendering my green screen.
XP fight. Fight the XP sound effects.
Fight scene. And I wanted to show you guys that it's like 1:30 long. So, can I show it?
Jabro was beginning to do GSFs. I don't think he does them now anymore. He was beginning to, and I think the reason he did it was because Mario Star was beginning to have motivation for his stuff. But again, Mario Star didn't really have any motivation for the things he did. He just spoke the logic he did whenever the topic was brought up, but he never really did anything about it after that one video he made and was too demotivated to do any more.
My mouse is over the share screens button, and I'm about to click it.
What's your mouse? If Mario Star had to go through Starman3 to do it, where's a mouse in this universe?
Oh no, don't do that. Not right now.
Yeah, you can tell that this was not scripted because Jabro said that as part of our mind script. That was what we had envisioned it to be, but Starman3 had forgotten that this was supposed to be the part of the script where he was supposed to care about Jabro doing that. So that's how Starman3 would normally act in a call. Not like he cared he was in a video. His video was apparently with Mario Star, not Jabro, even though Jabro's part of the video was actually legit for the past 5 takes too.
Wait. I'm about to click it. Add people to this call. Share screens.
This again was what was scripted on the spot by us because this was our idea that we'd had. And no one had scripting ability in the group to do it. I mean, I script, but I can't really do it the same way they wanted it to happen. But again, I had no prominence in the group like I do with people now, so.
Ow.
Okay, Pinkolol, how about you can come with me to play in the new ultimate?
Everyone had to mute their mics before they would have their time to speak.
The document, even you don't have it, so just hang on.
Yeah, I think he was originally going to say that to Enzo because, again, he had it. But he aimed it at me instead. Problem, I didn't have the game yet. I have it now. I can tell you I have it now and I've played it a lot. But back then I didn't have it, and so this comes off really weird.
Sure. Yeah.
I was anxious. I didn't want too much of a prominence. Especially with how my color code was ruined, but that wasn't the main reason. I was just too anxious to speak back then.
How? Okay, I need to screen share this now.
Call trouble! Even before the whole plot point where it happens.
Are you really? I put to the head.
With terrible picture editing, too.
I just told you I finished my green screen fight, and I want you guys to see it before I send it to Mario.
Oh, that's what it was. Well, yes, he did make one for Mario Star, but Mario Father Do 2-1 at the time was making Moon World, and that was when they were like, every scene had to be a fight, had to be a green screen fight, and if you thought Starman3's Blooper 40 was bad, Moon World is just awful with that. And this is Mario. He had to get, like, so many green screen fighters, but Most of them were inactive, didn't have any activity, or were gone. Like Crimson was... He wasn't around for a long period of time. Mario 761 was extremely inactive, and this was before he left. And J-Bro was the only active person who made green screen fights. So J-Bro could feel the pain of being rushed by this whole thing.
But
J-Bro's acting in this. Yet Starman3 had no idea he was gonna do that, even though he'd done it for like 15 takes.
Can I screen share it?
No.
Because my mouse is over it. Over share screens.
No, don't.
Click.
No.
Repeat the recording! Oh, haha, that's very, very funny. That was old by the time this video was even filmed, too.
Also, Captain, can you please get my starting table for me?
I can't. My room is full.
Captain, again, was playing a game. I can tell you that because he remembers saying that... He remembers that he wasn't, properly involved in it. He didn't script. No one script. Ed. We did this on the spot. And you can tell, and you can see the results.
Okay. Never put it.
Again, that's how Starman3 normally acts in calls. When he's busy doing something.
Alright.
He wasn't aware that, Captain didn't know.
Right, that's it.
And to be fair, none of us knew really, because he didn't really mention anything except in the chat maybe once, and Starman3 really wasn't paying attention to that. If he wasn't caring enough to properly organize a script, he really wasn't caring about the attention span of his personal self, this video.
Can't screen share it, that'll make the call trouble by pulling Skype wires.
By contriving a plot point out of nowhere.
Oh no.
By the way, we actually had to go through that for like 15 takes.
No, don't do that.
Impossible!
You can tell that Captain's really not, like, he only paid attention now and he's like, wow, this is what you guys are talking about?
Wait, that's impossible. There's no wire.
And how come there is right by the Blooberland Castle?
I think he intended them to be outside. Problem, they're inside. Starman3 recorded these, screenshotted these Marios after the audio recording. So he didn't even properly bother to listen to it before he even started doing it. Also, apparently the Skype wire is just the wall. Captain was like, are you guys talking about Skype wires? What? Those don't exist. I'm just gonna go back to playing my game now. This feels really weird because I remember the call and I don't remember anyone being focused enough to care.
Oh.
Like, I was just waiting for when I was gonna have my next point in the proper script, but they didn't have a proper script. We were just doing it on the spot. I'd said yeah like 15 times because I remembered that was my line, but that really wasn't an actual script. I hope I've gotten the point through to you now.
There's also Skype HQ, which I can also pull the wires out of too.
You can tell that this was an idea that they got out of randomly. This is pretty much a predecessor to the Skype conversation battle anyway, because this was only very, very slightly scripted by our memory, and it's terrible.
Okay, my star J-Boat, sorry to interrupt, but I have great news.
Having the screenshots repeat themselves, even though the tone of voice doesn't imply that.
For you.
What?
Where's Mario Star in that?
I will give you a lifetime of ice cream.
You're supposed to say supply there. Starman3, that line is, you're supposed to say supply there. I'm going to give you a lifetime of ice cream. I'm sorry. I know you have a cochlear implant in your ear, but come on. Don't try and be cliche when you can't be cliche yourself.
Ice cream.
What flavor is it?
A boot to the head!
The only reason I'm not as loud is because not just because I'm shy. Also because my connection sucks on their end. I randomly cut in to things. Also, they should have added, he should have said flavor at the end, but remember, this was like, by this point, we were all doing this in one take. Like, the first part of the video was like 15 takes, now we're into the point where we just did this on the very last take, because it was going so well.
Ah, crap.
And Tomorrow Star and J-Bro, I give you a lifetime supply of iron boots to the head.
See, even Enzo can do it, right? Not Starman3. Look where this is going.
Ow!
Also, iron apparently means the boot is orange. I don't understand this.
Oh.
There, that will teach you not to squeak you.
At least until Skype fixes their buggy UI.
I'm just gonna pull wires.
Also, did you hear that? That was someone randomly interrupting the call!
Oh,
Remember, this was scripted in one take. This last half of it.
oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't cause trouble.
I've forgotten. I've been filming for like the past 4 minutes now. More than 4 minutes. Probably 15 or 20 or an hour. Sony Vegas noise effect, which they had to randomly come up with on the spot because again we're doing this in one take.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, then they haven't actually pressed the screen share button. You know what they're doing? They're pressing the space bar while they're speaking because that's what mutes the microphone, and if you tap it enough times you can make it yourself sound like you're an alien or something. They haven't actually pressed the screen share button. They didn't actually do that.
I can hear you.
What do you mean?
The Skype.
Okay.
I think Jaber is actually just trying to imitate it. I don't think he's doing the same trick. It's hilariously bad.
And so big it out, can you hear me?
I think he's forgotten he was meant to be filming a video. They perfectly know they're in a video. He's forgotten. He thinks that the actual call's gone to crud. Yet, I remember being there. Just sitting there listening whilst this whole thing was playing out. I wanted to say yeah, but I think I did say yeah actually, but it never tell Starman3's to just film on one thing. Either give him a script or just give him an idea. Don't tell him to record on the spot.
I can hear you guys, but I can't hear them.
See, I say yeah. I'm perfectly aware we're filming, but he's just forgotten. Because that's how he normally is in calls.
Oh, so Captain...
Also, I hear somebody's background. Also, you want to know why Captain isn't there? Because he's playing a game.
Enzo and Pinkolol are hearing me correctly, so that means my star, J...
It almost sounds like he's saying incorrectly there, but he's not.
Bro, just got car trouble, cause...
Cut.
Nah, I think they're glitching.
Again, he was playing a game.
Please.
Okay, it sounds more like they're being choked rather than they're being in call trouble. Thanks, Jaber. That your acting really helps here.
Okay. So Kappa, can you give me the big hammer for me?
Yep.
Wait.
Here it is.
No.
That was so bad in terms of clipping.
No. Captain. No.
Alright, Master, J-Bo, say your last word.
No. You will not get me. Oh.
I don't know what that sound is at the end when he goes, "Oi," but it's admittedly hilarious. What is that? I think there's like a number command you can put on YouTube and you can just listen to it over and over. It's weird. Yeah, that. It's weird! I only noticed it when someone in the comments pointed it out. It was weird!
That's...
And again, this was a month after the original recording. I wouldn't have remembered that. Repeating recordings again!
And you next, Maestro.
He isn't even speaking. He went AFK after this.
I thought I banned you. Now I'm gonna ban you again.
Repeating recordings! And Mario Star actually went AFK at this point.
Hey,
You could tell because he's not speaking at all.
Maestro.
I don't think it was like he was told not to speak. He literally went. He just went off the keyboard. He was done with this. This video spiraled into disaster.
Say your last word.
It just froze. So you can tell he thought that he was going to stay around for the whole time. But he he literally went AFK right as the ending scene was supposed to happen. This video is a disaster because he did not have the attitude to keep it up for as long as he did. And especially after all the failed takes. And without a script, a proper script. Nothing. Just nothing.
He's dead. Okay, I'll ban his dead body.
And he just did J-Bro again because he felt like it. J-Bro didn't actually say that again. He just did it because he felt like it again. And this was around the time that J-Bro was beginning to hate Starman3 for some of the things he'd done. This was before the Dark Age, aka, which was the summer of 2013, or winter in my case.
Okay. Well, and so, Captain, let's go play.
And he's forgotten I exist, which totally helps the video's case.
Luigi mentioned Dark Moon.
And
Oh,
let's
hell
show,
yeah.
And let's show those.
And he repeated the recording again. Well, not recording, rather this thing where all of them are all together. Even though he only mentioned 2 names there and forgot I existed in the call.
Bosses.
I was there the whole time.
Who's
Yet I was muted.
the boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piccolo, let's go.
Yep.
Alright.
And then he suddenly remembered at the end.
And also, at the end of Skype, Randomness getting 9. What was it?
And I've totally forgotten I was supposed to be filming my next 15 million takes. And then he forgot for a month, and then I nagged him, and then the video went out. Aren't you glad this travesty ended up on the internet? See y'all, have a good day, peace, and I'll see you in Starman3's 9,000 subscriber special. So see you then. Oh yes, this was again when there was another YTR meme. You win absolutely nothing because CD-ROM is a meme. This was recorded way after the initial recording, I can tell you that.
Absolutely!
CD-ROM wasn't even on the day we originally recorded it.
Nothing!
Cue me laughing behind my microphone. Originally, of course, not me now. And of course, the age-old question, why'd you include it then? See you in the video. Peace.